Hello, welcome beautiful beings. This is the third week of the Divine Feminine Project, inspired by spiritual catalyst Teal Scott. So we're on week 3, which is awesome, and this one is all about exploring sensuality. Fun times. So I just want to also quickly apologize for the lighting in here. There's no natural light right now, it's nighttime. Not ideal, but you gotta work with what you got. So so just to recap week 2, which we just did, that was all about creativity. So I was focusing on creation and on specifically like dancing and writing, and I was going to try to do those every day, and I'm going to be totally honest and say there were some days I didn't do it. And part of that was I got to a big wall of resistance. I was working through a lot of really heavy emotions. And I even made a blog post about Kali. And she is this amazing goddess of like creation and destruction. And I was recognizing how so often we don't give ourselves permission to bring about massive destruction in our lives. And really, it's to make room for what we need to create. Sometimes that wild, crazy, full moon aspect of ourselves just rears her head and needs to howl, and paying homage to that is extremely important, and I think we often forget that that is part of divine feminine. So I allow that to express itself. And after doing that, it like flung the doors open for support and sisterhood, and a lot of beautiful, amazing things are flowing into my life. And I would really like to encourage you to look up the red tent movement and try to find a red tent meeting in your area. And if there isn't one, start really small, like just invite a couple of friends over and have like an intentional meeting, an intentional topic that you discuss the divine feminine. What does it mean to you? Things like this, because a lot of time we get together with our friends, maybe we just end up talking about whatever, and that's totally cool. That's amazing. That is divine feminine essence right there, allowing things to just flow and unfold naturally. But there are these other topics that I think a lot of us think about, and I used to be embarrassed about bringing them up. And the more that I practice it, the more that it's just like, oh, this is what I want to do all the time. And it's really cool to share in that with other women. So, moving on to week 3. Okay, exploring sensuality. So, one of Teal's first suggestions in her video on how to awaken the divine feminine is about beauty, and it's about bringing that beauty into the spaces around you. And I'm not going to give you a tour of the room I'm in right now, but I've always been fairly utilitarian in how I decorate. Pretty sparse. I mean, I've had bedrooms in the past in different apartments, and I wouldn't really decorate. I'd think like, this is temporary, why should I put stuff up if I'm just going to take it down again? Obviously you can tell that I'm doing this divine feminine project because I have a long way to go, but I'm excited too. So I have very often separated myself from thinking like, oh, I don't have a woman's touch. I can't, transform this space into something amazing. Well, okay, I'm challenging myself to do that this week. So we'll see. I'm gonna try to work some magic and infuse the spaces around me with beauty so that they're inspirational and places I want to be, and places I can write and dance and create and feel like there's a symbiotic relationship of me giving it energy and getting energy back. We want to feel supported by our environments and by everything around us. So your environment, and then just tapping into sensuality. So your senses, your smell, your taste, touch, everything. Cooking a meal, eating a piece of chocolate, and taking like a couple of minutes to just enjoy it and be present with it. Taking a bubble bath, or I am like falling in love with essential oils, and I love choosing an oil that matches what I want to do that day, or a scent that's really calling to me. So I'm gonna play around with all of those things. And then Teal also talks about exploring sexuality. And man, that's a loaded topic. I'm writing a little bit more about it in my blog, and I will be writing more as I go along. And an interesting thing for me is that I would consider myself to be a very sexually confident person in a lot of ways. And recently, I've had a pause for reflection on every aspect of my own sexuality. And I think that it's so good to take that time and center within ourselves, because, if we're with a partner, or partners, or however it may be, a lot of the time we're giving that energy away, or we're maybe not focused on how that energy is rooted in us. So just focusing on our chakra, and our second chakra, and giving it energy and love, and understanding what are our motivations, and what is it like to just give ourselves that love. So some ideas on how to, start exploring this stuff. I will be updating more this week as we delve into this. I know there's a lot more we could say on these topics. So, I would love for you to get involved. Click on the links below to learn more. And thank you for watching this. Thank you for joining this beautiful sacred circle of supporters of the divine feminine. Men or women, everybody's welcome. So namaste. Thank you so much.